In this video, we'll import a shape or the profile of Mexico using the 123D gallery. Once we have our shape, we'll begin sketching on it to create our own cracks and fractures that we will then modify in a later video to make it look like it's fractured. We will be using the polyline tool to create jagged lines that will become the fractures and cracks that will represent the author's portrayal of Mexico. In addition to the polyline tool, we will be using the project geometry tool to create a sketch profile that our tools can interact with. After we are done sketching, we will remove the old model of Mexico's profile so that way we can extrude our new modified version. We will begin this project by inserting a model from the 123D gallery. To do this, click on the 123D icon in the top left corner, and then click on Insert. Then select Open from Gallery. Here we can do a search for whatever type of model we want. In this case, I'll just type in Mexico. Notice it didn't bring anything up because it was only showing us the featured models. If we sort it by popular or anything else but featured, we'll get all of the models that could possibly have that keyword in it. This model looks perfect, so I'll just click on it and then I'll click on Open Selected Project. Now 123D Design is importing it from the gallery into our project file. We can move the model around with our cursor right now, and when we click, it'll place the model. Now I could go ahead and start using the polyline tool to begin sketching on this model. However, it'd be very helpful if we had the border of it. So instead of beginning to sketch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go select the project tool, click where I want to have our sketch, and then I'll click on the face of the model. This will turn the entire face's profile into a sketch profile for us. Now I can select the polyline tool from the sketch tab, and I'll turn the view to orthographic so that way we have a straight head-on view, and I'll begin sketching our jagged lines. To do this, I'll click first on part of the profile. This will start creating the line, and then I just start clicking to create an anchor point for a new straight line. I'll just quickly go ahead and do a couple of these so you can see what it'll look like. Because I've separated our shape with this line, I could extrude either half of it to create a different object. In this sense, I'll be able to extrude each segmented portion as its own object so I can manipulate it and make it look like it's falling apart. You can always go back and edit a line you've created just by highlighting the line or its anchors and then dragging it around with your mouse cursor. Remember that every time you use a sketch tool, you might have to reselect the sketch you want to draw on. To do this, just highlight the geometry you want to draw with, click on it to select it as your sketch. Now, your tool will interact with that geometry. I'll also make cracks that don't separate two parts of my map. Instead, I'll make them so they just circle back, so that way when we extrude this profile, we'll be missing this jagged crack. So it'll look like something fell out or like it's fracturing. Let me add just one last fracture to this, so that way this entire peninsula can kind of look tilted and crumbling. The last step to making this ready to be extruded into its different components will be to delete the current solid. I'll select it, and I'll just push delete on my keyboard, and that'll get rid of it. Alright, now we're ready to extrude this.